And this one is kind of a personal question that I've been trying to ask myself, but I feel like other people must also want to know this about themselves. Sometimes life is hard, and I think, that's it. But you can spice it up. You can make it a little harder or easier by asking yourself these top 10 questions that no one else has ever asked you before in your life. I'm just kidding. I'm asking questions that you might have been asked before, but maybe you haven't. And they're just, I don't know. I just felt like asking people questions. I like learning about people and why they do the things they do. I did major in communications, but maybe I should have majored in psych, because I'll be all up analysis everybody, because I need to know why the fuck people do what the fuck they do, because it just be bothering me. I mean, like, I don't get it. Like, we live in this big ass world. Like, why do other people feel the need to hurt other people? Like, I get it, it's like pain and like all this other stuff, but you in that much pain, like, you haven't figured out how to like deal with that like the rest of us. And then it's like, I can't shame people for feeling pain, but like, at what level do you not shame somebody for being harmful to another human being? Anyways, when was the last time you asked for help? And not like, hey, can you help me sharpen my pencil? But like, when was the last time you asked somebody for help? Like, it took a lot from you to like push your ego and your pride aside to be like, hey, I'm struggling. Can you help me with this? When was the last time you struggled and asked for help? Me? I never struggle. I'm just kidding. I can't think of a time off the top of my head, but maybe we'll circle back to that. When was the last time you cried from happiness? When was the last time I cried from happiness? I don't know. Last time you cried from sadness? Last time I cried from sadness was last weekend. I'm in Portland right now, and I drove up and I had a wedding in Bakersfield, so I stopped at Bakersfield first. And in the hotel room, I cried about my grandma because she passed earlier this year, and I just really miss her. And it was just like one of those like when you lose somebody, the grief is just like, it's pretty indescribable. It just feels like something that you want to grab and just take out, but you can't grab it. So you just have to like deal with it. It's horrible. I don't like it. I don't like the pain. I don't like the griefs. We gotta throw that bitch in the trash. Not my grandma, the grief. Who let the dogs out? We need to know. It's been over a decade. The girls are fiending. Who let the dogs out? These men are crazy on these streets. I'm just kidding, because women can be dogs too. Honestly, we do dogs so dirty. They be so perfect, and we just call stupid people dogs. But like, dogs are so smart. Do you actually know what your dream life looks like? This is something that I literally struggle with, because when people ask me, what do I want? I just want to be free. And I'm just like, I want my freedom. I don't want to work a 9 to 5 every day to the end. And it's taken me time to realize that some people don't mind that. And I get it. Like, if you have a good job and you enjoy it, then there's no problem with that. Not everybody, ooh, look at that. Not everybody wants to live an extraordinary life. But I feel like I do. But doing what? I don't know. I mean, I don't want to work a 9 to 5 job to the day that I die. I don't want to have to request time off to go see the Backstreet Boys, which I wouldn't do that regardless. But, example. How would you describe one of the most indescribable moments of your life? Like those moments that were just so like beautiful, or maybe so tragic that you can't, it's like the memory is so vivid and it just sticks with you in your mind, but you don't have the physical words to like describe it. But like, if you had to choose a word, what word would you choose? Like for me, I think one of the moments would be when I graduated in 2016 from college. A lot of my friends and my family came from California to see me. And I remember when we were in my apartment, Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud came on. And it was, my grandma, my aunt, fuck her, but my aunt, my nephew, and like my friends from college, and then my friends from, home. And everyone Thinking Out Loud came on. Everybody sang the song. And it wasn't like everybody sitting there doing karaoke. It just casually came on. Oh my God, and I'm gonna cry. Because it was so beautiful. And like everybody started singing the song, and it was just like one of those moments coming from these, like everybody's a different age group. Everybody's coming from these different walks of life. But yet everybody's there to see me in this special moment. Plus Ed Sheeran is like one of my favorite artists, and also Ed Sheeran is really the reason why I got to see my grandpa the last time right before he passed away, because I went home for a concert for Ed Sheeran and blah blah blah. That's a different story. But and just the song is beautiful in itself, and it was just like one of those, like, music really brings everybody together, and it was just beautiful. It was just, I guess, magical. I would describe it as magical. It was magical. It was magical. It was enchanting. I don't know. It was mystical. Do you like the company you keep?
How honest are you trying to be? Just let them know. Say it. This video is going to be posted online.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say at this age and time, I'm not necessarily happy with a decent amount of people in my life. And I don't mean like they're just these horrible people that I can't stand. However, as I'm growing, I'm just not necessarily sure if I want them in my life, you know. And it's not gonna be anything bad, not anything like, first off, fuck your bitch in the click you claim Tupac, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, I gotta go my own way, you know? And this one is kind of a personal question that I've been trying to ask myself, but I feel like other people must also want to know this about themselves. Do you feel that you're so self-aware that you're probably not as self-aware as you think you are? Or is that just because you're too aware? I feel like I try to be so self-aware, right? But sometimes I just feel like maybe I'm not as self-aware as I think I am. But how do you measure self-awareness? How do you measure self-awareness? I need to know that. That is a valid question, and I need the answer. How do you measure self-awareness? I feel like I try to be aware. I try to be a good person. I try to sit and analyze my actions versus other people's actions, or not necessarily versus other people's actions, but compare them and the outcome. And, you know, I try to learn from mistakes. That was such a lie that my mouth couldn't even say it. I try to learn from mistakes. I do try, but do I? No. I definitely ordered DoorDash last night after I looked at my bank account and said I wouldn't. But I think that's addiction. So today's unsolicited advice is just do it. Every day, let's wake up and let's do one thing. Even if it's the same thing, as last time, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Because eventually you're going to get tired of hearing yourself say just do it, and you're just going to fucking do it, because you don't even want to hear yourself say it. You're going to be like, bro, I can't listen to you tell me what to do one more time. I'm going to do it before you tell me to do it. And that's when you're going to become a millionaire, rock star.